Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. I hope you like this video and subscribe as we talk about craziness, in particular with this video, going on with the legendary radio station WFAN, where it's nothing about the fan, it should be WEGO, the egos of the host. And I'm starting to wonder if some of these people should be like in a nervous hospital, quite frankly. You got the morning show guys saying that the Mets, in particular, are a nightmare under Steve Cohen, although they had not won 100 games since 1988. They did that in the second year under Steve Cohen. And, of course, he's doubled down on saying that didn't matter. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Let me do another impression of Joe Beningo for you. Bro. Again, about Greg Giannotti, one of the hosts of Norman and Greg. You might know as Boomer and Gio. Norman and Greg. He's most known for his impressions of the host and former host of WFAN, the fan. And the reason he's known for that is that's the only thing he's really known for. If you think about it, he's not saying anything different than any other host on the radio station. And really, he's just there to amuse Boomer until he gets one of these meltdowns and you make fun of the fact that he's a bit of a nervous Nelly. But here we have the wonderful Met fan, quote-unquote, Sal the Spaz Licata. This is more monkey crap from him. Now, last week, he put out a damning comment saying that the Mets should trade Pete Alonso because the rumor is, according to his sources, that Pete Alonso is a cancer in the clubhouse, and he is the reason that everything is falling apart with the New York Mets. Now, he said that on the fan. But he's also a host and has been a personality on SNY. Well, that very same day that he went after Pete Alonso saying the Mets should trade him, he's a cancer, he's a problem, he went on a stream, a podcast that SNY produced with two other people, and he said that the Mets should not trade Pete Alonso. So what the hell is going on here? Get rid of him, don't get rid of him. You say it in one place, not in the other place. What is going on here? You know why? Because he gets marching orders from CBS, attack the Mets at every cost, go after the Mets' best player at every cost. But on SNY, he doesn't get that. And SNY is primarily Met fans who love the Mets and don't want to hear that monkey crap. Now, Sal, if the Mets trade, let me explain something to Spaz Licata. If you trade Pete Alonso, you are punting the next 2 years. You're not going to be good next year. You cannot replace that production at first base or in your lineup. Since coming into the major leagues, Pete Alonso leads all Major League Baseball in home runs, and I believe in RBIs, by the way. And also, he's a better player than Aaron Judge. He has a skill that Aaron Judge has never mastered in this league. He has been able to stay healthy. He has played 160 games twice in his career. Twice. Aaron Judge, the most games he's ever played is 157. That was last year. And he played 152 games another year. But 3 out of the 7 full years that Aaron Judge has played, he's played full season. And all the other 4 years, he hasn't played. So Pete Alonso is extremely underrated here. And he's been a clutch hitter. 67 of the home runs up until a few weeks ago either put the Mets in the lead or tied the game up. That's clutch. But because Sal's a spaz, and because a spaz is all over the place, like a cat you put the flashlight on the floor and the cat's like, well, that's spaz. That's Sal. Sal the Spaz Licata. And he's all over the place. You can't trade Pete Alonso, say he's cancer, trade Pete Alonso and get value for him and expect to be good next year. Well, according to Spaz, the Mets are going to make the playoffs in 2024 without Pete, and they'll be more successful than the Yankees. Half that I agree with. The Yankees are in bad shape. But this is from Odyssey. Check this monkey crap out. Sal, Now, the one thing I don't like about Odyssey and what they do on Twitter is they never put the full name of the person in the headline. Like when they put anything out by Keith McPherson, they always put Keith. So my first thought is of Keith Hernandez. There's only one Keith in town. Headline, Sal, Mets much better set for success than Yankees will make playoffs in 2024. Who is in better shape for success in the coming years, the Yankees or the Mets? Sal doesn't think it's the team in Queens by a significant amount. Quote, I don't even think it's close, Sal said. It's the Mets. It's because of King Cohen. Now, someone on your radio station, that whack job mental guy, Greg Giannotti, says the Mets are a nightmare. I guess you disagree. I think the Mets will be a playoff team next year. They're going to go under the radar because the expectations will be lowered. They will make the postseason next year, and I think in the next 3 years. They'll be competing at the highest levels next year. But Sal, according to you, they need to trade Pete. Who's replacing that production in the lineup? Now you say that on the Fan, then you say that on SNY. They should keep him. Am I missing something here? Many expect the Mets to be in a transitional phase in 2024, but Sal says Cohen will spend money, just differently than previous offseason, and make the Mets a threat again. While the Yankees are tied to bad contracts that can hold them down for years to come. Quote, they will build a team in contention next year, and they will add at the deadline, and may put them into legit contention as the season goes on, Sal said. Or Spaz says, excuse me. I know that's hard to fathom that right now, but I truly believe they will be a playoff team next year. The Yankees, I think, we're entering a dark age. Well, that would be great, that last part. I think we are. I think the Yankee fan. That not me as a Met fan. I love when the Yankees lose. Love it. When the Yankees lose and the Mets win, it's a good day. It hasn't been too many good days. The Mets haven't held up their end of the bargain on that thing. But Spaz is all over the place. I'm trying to figure out who is the real Spaz Licata. Is he a Met fan that wants to trade Pete Alonso and say he's a cancer? Or is the Pete Alonso he's the Spaz Licata that says that Pete should stay? Well, which is it? As I scream. This isn't about as much as I scream. Which is it, Sal? Which is it? Can somebody explain that to me? You either move him or you don't move him. If you move him, you're not going to be good next year. You can't replace the production. And are they going to sign Shohei Ohtani? It's the only way they can replace that production. And then you're equal to where you were last year. And I would mention this about Ohtani. The Angels made all those moves, and he didn't play well. He's played okay, and he has not pitched well. And they kind of rested him a little bit on the mound anyway. But Sal, what is up with this guy? We do know he has a history of going back and forth. Whoever pays him, whoever gives him a paycheck, that moment, I thought was that, over the course of a contract. No, in that moment, Spaz will waver from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. He's on the spectrum for all I know. I think some of them are. Holy shit. You got the guy in the morning saying that the Steve Cohen era is a nightmare. You got this guy that comes on right after him saying that they should trade Pete Alonso, but then the next day and next week, he says they're going to contend. What the F is going on with these guys? And again, never forget, like I've been saying, they are shills for the corporate media. They have an agenda. The agenda is the Mets don't do anything right. And even when they do it right, they do it wrong. Okay? This is the same radio station that's been on the case of Steve Cohen for 3 years since the moment he took over the ball club. A month into him owning the club, they were demanding the Mets make moves. They were demanding that they know what was going on with Steve Cohen's business. And the threat was not going to the ballpark. Now, I would mention about all these hosts, they get tickets. The only person I know that buys his own tickets is Evan Roberts, who sadly lets the other hosts run the show. We saw that with Evan. When Evan was with Joe Beningo, he was like, all the pain, hey, bro shit. He goes with Craig Carton, and Craig Carton is basically the boss of the show. And the show is actually better. Now he's with Tiki. Tiki about as boring as it gets. And Tiki basically, you know, when Evan starts talking about baseball, his brain is like, I don't know much about this, Tiki. Let's get out of here. And the brain leaves. And there's no more boring broadcasting than Tiki Barber, by the way. We'll talk about him in the future at some point, about his career as a Giant with Eli Manning. But anyway, can someone explain to me what's going on with Spaz Licata? We know, like I said, from his history, from when he was at WOR, he was very positive about the Mets. Then he went back to WFN, and he's on the attack again. This is it. But now he's going from attack mode to, oh, they might love the Mets. The Mets are going to win it. Blah, 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 blah. Guy's insane. Guy needs help. They all need help, I think. I don't know. It's because they do stuff for 4 or 5 hours and it gets them after a while. I don't know. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut 2. We're going to continue making fun of these guys. If you want to watch a channel, you want an alternative where I make fun of these people and I contradict everything they say, knowing that what they're saying is bullshit. This thing about Pete Alonso is bullshit. I will make fun of them till the cows come home, and it's fun. It'll be fun when I start when they start feeling the pokes. I would hope that anyone that calls up their radio station mentions me. That's the hope. Maybe at some point I'll call. Well, we'll see about that. Most of them don't take calls anymore. It's not like back in the day. Well, I mean, see, I'd want to go and call the midday show, but I don't feel like sitting there. I'll fall asleep on the phone, waiting so long for them, and then whatever they're talking about. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2. Thank you, and I'll see you later.